Good morning, guys. It's Heather, and today's Wednesday, and I'm sorry if this is going to make you guys dizzy. I am walking and talking today, but I really wanted to talk to you. So what I want to talk to you about is excuses and results, and I want to tell you about my friend Mara. And you might remember Mara. I did a GoFundMe for Mara around Christmas time, and I told you a little bit about Mara and how extraordinary she is, but I didn't tell you everything. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Mara today. So Mara's childhood could only be described as hell, and out of privacy for her family, I'm not going to go any more into that, but just know, if you're thinking of something horrible, you're probably right on track. Okay? Because of that, she struggled with mental illness, and I feel comfortable sharing that with you because she was an advocate for NAMI, which is the National Alliance of the Mentally Ill. And so even though she had crushing depression, she had suicidal thoughts, she battled all of those demons. The things that she went through, nobody should have to go through. All right? But she didn't just, she reached out to people, you know? She didn't just suffer alone. She reached out to people, and she actually tried to help other people. All right? That's just the mental health stuff. She also, as you know, used a power wheelchair that half the time didn't work. She had a tracheostomy, which is a thing in your neck that you have to breathe through. And she had all of the stuff that goes along with that. She had seizure disorder, and she also had, crippling social anxiety. Okay, she could have used any of those excuses to not try, to not care, to just say, poor me, take care of me. I had to talk her into that GoFundMe. It was so hard to talk her into that GoFundMe because she's just like a fiercely independent person. She got like $900 a month. Her rent was like $7.95. Can you imagine living on the rest of that and trying to eat a plant-based diet? But I'm going to tell you something. Mara went to True North to try to deal with some of her stuff, and she fasted, and she took her service dog. She took her service dog on a plane. She had to find a companion to help take care of her service dog while she was at True North. She did that, and her wonderful friend Karen, my wonderful friend Karen did that. Because of that, Karen became a vegan, and it probably saved Karen's life too. Mara trained other people's service dogs. Mara, sitting in that wheelchair and with a tracheostomy and with a horrible childhood and mental illness and depression and suicidal tendencies and all of that, took off 150 pounds on a plant-based diet. 150 pounds. Okay? So you know what that says to me? It says that your excuses are not valid. That, whenever I think, because my childhood was not a bed of roses. I don't talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. Mental health has touched my life with people I've loved. And believe me, if one person in the family has mental health issues, everybody in the family gets to experience the ramifications of that also. So, and I've been through hard things. You guys already know. I've shared a lot of it. None of that matters. None of that matters. What matters is what you can control. And you can control what goes into your face. Let the car go by there. You can control what you buy at the store. You can control what you put in your fridge. You can control what you put in your mouth. You can find a way to do exercise. Do you know that because of seizure disorder, Mara would do her exercises crawling on the floor because her seizures often made her fall, and that was the main reason for the power wheelchair. So she would do her exercises crawling on the floor. One time we had a situation where we had to bring her back to her apartment, and because she had had a health problem, and I went into her apartment. Now, she had no idea that anybody was going to be at her house. She had no idea. I went in there. There was not, everything was completely organized. There was not one thing that was non-compliant. Like, everything was perfect, you know? So she lived this. She did, you know, and I'm not going to say that she didn't have struggles or that she didn't mess up sometimes, or because she did, and we do. But she did not give up. She did not give up, and she could have given up. So we lost Mara this weekend. We lost her, we don't know exactly how. Her sister found her, and they think probably she had a seizure and she stopped breathing. The sad thing is she had a rescue dog. I mean, she had a assistance dog named Dixie who had saved her life many times before when this exact thing had happened. But Dixie wasn't there. Dixie was with the sister, and so who knows if there had been a different outcome, if Dixie could have saved her. But, excuse me, still have the cough. Now I know that angels are gonna fight those demons that she fought all her life. I don't know if Mara had Jesus in her life. I don't know if she had faith. I don't know if she had that to comfort her. And it really bugs me that I don't know that. It really bugs me. I don't know if Mara loved the Lord, but I do know that the Lord loved Mara. And I do know the Lord loves me. And He cares about us, and He cares about our struggles. So, if somebody like Mara can deal with all that stuff and never give up and never stop trying, then so can I, and so can you, and so can you. You know, we have to. We owe it to the people that we love. We owe it to ourselves. We owe it to ourselves. We can't, you know, being overweight and being a food addict has been like the overarching struggle of my life. It has been the thing that I have always had in the front of my mind. Either, you know, being obsessed by the addiction or fighting the addiction has taken over my life, has been like the defining arc of my life. And I'm choosing to write a new story for myself. And that story is going to be that first she saved her own life, and then she tried to help others to save theirs. Because it is very possible. It is very possible. You can cut your risk of heart attack by 90%, stroke by 90%, your risk of cancer by 80%. If you already have cancer, you can cure it without all of the stuff that people usually have to do. If you have chronic diseases, you can make those better. Your body wants to heal. Your body never gives up. Your body never gives up wanting to heal. You should never give up wanting to heal. You know, the thing is, we can have excuses, we can have explanations, but excuses and results do not live on the same street. You gotta choose one. You can have excuses or you can have results, but you have to pick one. You don't get both. So today, I'm saluting everybody who doesn't let excuses keep them from trying again, you know? I am saluting Mara and everybody that struggles with those inner demons and everybody that struggles with those health conditions. I'm saluting everybody who started out in the morning eating salad and found themselves in a drive-through line or with, you know, some kind of rumpled wrapper from some sweet thing in their hand by the end of the night, but they got up in the morning and they tried again. They tried again. That's all we can do. That's all we can do is just get up again and go for a walk. If you can walk, thank God you can walk, and go for a walk. You know what? I thank God I can walk. There was a time when I could not walk. I could walk like around my block and I was in agony the whole time. I'm so glad that I did that when I hurt so bad. I thank myself so much for doing that because that built up the habit in me and built up faith in myself that I was willing to do hard things, that I was willing to try again. So here's to you if you're trying again. And I know, you know, I've heard some great stories this week of people that did not give up and it's finally starting to pay off for them, and I just salute you. And I've heard stories this week of people that messed up again, and you know what? They had the guts and the strength to just get right back on the horse and to ask for help when they needed it. And I know they're going to be successful. I know they're going to be successful. I know you can be successful. So I'm just going to end this by saying, think today about what's holding you back or what you use as your excuse for why you can't do this. And then think about Mara and think about all the other thousands of people who have stuff and they persist. And so here's to starting over, here's to persisting, here's to never giving up. I love you guys and I hope you have a good week.